Have you ever hit rock bottom? A moment of such complete and total despair that you feel utterly and absolutely alone, abandoned by the world, by your friends, and even by God? In that dark night of the soul, when all hope seems lost, Krishna makes a promise. It is one of the most powerful and reassuring guarantees in all of spiritual literature, a promise that he is always with you, especially when you feel he is not. The dramatic and miraculous story of Queen Draupadi's desperate prayer is the ultimate proof that this promise is true. Her story will show you that even in your moment of greatest shame and helplessness, you are never, ever alone. And that divine help is just one sincere call away. Draupadi was the queen of the Pandavas, but she became a pawn in a rigged dice game. Her husband, Yudhishthira, lost everything to their evil cousins, the Kauravas, his kingdom, his brothers, his own freedom, and finally, Draupadi herself. In a horrifying act of malice, the Kaurava prince, Dushasana, dragged Draupadi into the royal court filled with kings, warriors, and even her own revered elders. He intended to publicly humiliate her, to strip her of her honor by stripping her of her clothes in front of the entire assembly. It was a moment of unimaginable horror and degradation. Imagine the scene: the cold stone floor of the assembly hall, the jeering laughter of her enemies, the terrible deafening silence of her protectors, her 5 powerful husbands, the great warrior Bhishma, her teacher Drona, all of them sitting with their heads bowed in shame, bound by the rigid rules of the dice game, unable or unwilling to intervene. She was completely, utterly alone. The sensory detail of that moment is chilling. The rough grasp of Dushasana's hand on her hair, the stench of his arrogant pride, the feeling of 100 pairs of eyes on her, stripping her of her dignity long before her clothes were touched. This was her rock bottom. She pleaded. She begged. She appealed to the honor of the elders, but no one came to her aid. Her human protectors had all failed her. This is a crucial moment in the story. It represents the point in our own lives when all our material supports, our strength, our wealth, our friends, our intellect are proven to be useless. It is the moment of complete and total helplessness. And it is in this precise moment that the door to the divine opens. Realizing that no mortal could save her, Draupadi did the only thing she had left to do. She surrendered. She let go of her sari with one hand, raised both her arms to the sky in a gesture of complete submission, and cried out a prayer from the depths of her soul. She did not pray for her husbands to save her or for the elders to find their courage. She called out directly to Krishna. She called his name, Govinda, the protector of the helpless. Her prayer was not a polite request. It was a desperate, heart-wrenching scream for help, a cry that acknowledged her total dependence on the divine. And in that very instant, the miracle began. As Dushasana pulled on her sari, he found that it was endless. He pulled and pulled, unwrapping layer after layer of beautiful, colored cloth, but it would not end. A pile of fabric began to grow in the center of the court, a mountain of silk and brocade. He pulled until his arms grew tired and he was sweating with exhaustion, but Draupadi remained clothed. The jeering laughter of the court turned to gasps of astonishment and then to awe. Krishna, though physically absent from the room, had heard her prayer. He had answered her call by providing an infinite supply of cloth, protecting her honor when all others had abandoned her. This story is the living embodiment of Krishna's promise in the Bhagavad Gita. In the 9th chapter, he makes this unambiguous declaration: "For those who worship me with exclusive devotion, thinking of me always, I carry what they lack, and I preserve what they have." When Draupadi let go of everything else and thought only of Krishna, he personally intervened to provide what she lacked: protection and honor. This promise is for you too. In your darkest moment, when you feel you lack strength, courage, or hope. This promise guarantees that the divine will personally carry it to you. When you feel you are about to lose what you have, your faith, your sanity, your life, this promise guarantees that the divine will personally preserve it. Draupadi's story teaches us the conditions for invoking this divine protection. First, we must exhaust our own material efforts. As long as she was trying to hold on to her sari herself, as long as she was appealing to her human protectors, the miracle did not happen. The divine often waits until we recognize our own limitations. Second, we must surrender completely. The act of raising both her arms was symbolic. It was a gesture that said, "I can do no more. I am completely in your hands." This level of surrender, born not of weakness but of intelligent faith, is what activates divine grace. And third, we must call out with sincere feeling. Her cry was not a ritual, it was real. It came from the core of her being. This is the kind of prayer that pierces the veil of the material world and reaches the heart of God. You may not be facing a public humiliation in a royal court, but you have your own assembly hall of fears. You have your own dushasanas of doubt and despair pulling at the fabric of your faith. When you feel abandoned, when your protectors have fallen silent, remember Draupadi. Remember that your moment of greatest helplessness is your moment of greatest opportunity. It is the moment to let go, to lift your hands, and to call out to the one who has promised never to leave you. This is not just a story, it is a spiritual technology. It is a guide for how to act in a crisis. Do not let your pride keep you from calling for help. Do not let your despair convince you that you are alone. Krishna's promise is eternal and unbreakable. He is the friend of the helpless, the protector of the surrendered soul. If you want to build an unwavering faith in this promise, to learn how to call on this divine protection in your own life, then subscribe to this channel. Let us remind each other every day that we are never, ever alone.